Today again it's not going live. Good evening, everybody. It's 5:25. We are waiting for our guest to join in, and sharp 5:30 we start. Nita, just let me know when Nidhi sir joins in. Just let me know.
Yes, ma'am.
Good evening, ma'am. Good evening, ma'am.
Good evening.
Ma'am, myself from Inder from Shamford School, Dada.
Good evening, ma'am. Welcome.
Welcome all. Please put your introduction in the chat box. It would be great. And
Okay.
before we start, I would just like to request everybody that to get the participation certificate of this talk show. Nita Nidhishan is joining.
Yes, ma'am.
To receive the participation certificate, a WhatsApp group invite link will be sent here. Please do join that WhatsApp invite, and in that the feedback form will be sent, and you have to fill that. See, sending me personally on my WhatsApp, the details will not help you out, because daily it is not individually possible for each one of us to just take the details on WhatsApp. So I would again request you all join the WhatsApp group, wherein we put in the feedback form, wherein you submit your details, and then we deliver the certificate. And at least wait for 4 days for the certificates, because we are having our rapid talk shows daily, and it is always not possible to give it immediately. Welcome Nidhisha to our show. I would request all my participants to please mute yourself. Would request, it's 5:20, it's 5:28, sharp 5:30 we start, and a humble request to all the participants, please mute yourself. Dr. Raghavendra Kumar Dwivedi ji, please mute yourself.
Atul Dubey ji, please mute yourself.
And Mrs. Sonia Atri, please mute yourself, because lot of background noise is coming, which hampers the
Yes.
yeah.
Atul ji, please mute yourself.
It's a humble request, and once the talk is done, we will give you the chance to ask questions to our guests. So that time what you can do is you can unmute yourself. We will ask you to unmute yourself. But if you are unmuted, any background noise, it really disrupts the talk show. So it's a humble request. Again, before I start, again I request you all that Neeta will be sending the WhatsApp group invite link. Please do join the WhatsApp group invite link. In the WhatsApp group, we will be sending you the feedback form. So do fill in for the participation certificate, and the participation certificate requires at least 3 to 4 days to be delivered. So please have patience, because our past experience, immediately after 1 hour we receive messages from our guests like they have not even filled up the feedback form, and they expect us to deliver the certificates to them. So again, it's a humble request. If each one of you does the work properly, it actually becomes easier for us to carry the show and to provide you with the certificate. So it is 5:30, 5:30 now. So we are going live. Nidisha, in another 1 minute, we will be going live and then we start the show.
Right, ma'am.
Due to signals, it is taking some time live. Just as soon as we are live, we will start the show. Okay, I think some signal glitches is there, so it may take some time to go live. Not a problem. Let us start the show. I welcome back each one of you to Rapid Talks with Rachna. Now, as you all know, Rapid Talks with Rachna is an initiative by Fun to Learn. Fun to Learn is an ISO certified organization with 15 years of experience in the field of education, be it handwriting, mental maths, phonics, and lot of extra activities. I would rather say the skill development course. So far, Fun to Learn has trained more than 1,25,000 students, and our basic expertise lies in the handwriting improvement, because handwriting is your personality. What you think, when you pen it down, it comes down. So irrespective of the age, whether it be a 6-year-old student or a 60-year-old adult, handwriting is a very much important aspect. And not neglecting the handwriting aspect, and over the period of 1.5 months, we have discussed over many different topics regarding education, skills development, eye care, beauty care. Today, we have touched higher educations. Once we were talking about education, we just spoke about the high school, the secondary, or the till 12th. But how the higher secondary education of the students, it is being affected, and how it is being cope up with. So today we have with us Director of Admission Academics, Mr. Nidish Saxena from Amity University. Welcome, Nidish, to our talk show.
Thank you.
Just to brief, yeah. So he is Mr. Nidish Sharma. Yes, welcome to the show. Just to brief about Nidish, sir. He is a science graduate. 1 second, sir. Yeah, just to brief about Nidish sir. Nidish Saxena sir is a science graduate with PG in marketing management. In his over 25 years of work experience in brand development of various products associated with pharma industry, in media, magazines, directories, television channel, portal, educational products, franchisee operations, and management. He has been associated with brands like Arena Multimedia, SSI, Carox, Tally Academy, and Centium Learning Center, ITM Business Schools. Currently working as a Director Admissions and Marketing with Amity University, has handled admission process, marketing of UG, PG courses at university level. He is well versed with AICTE UGC norms. He is versatile, creative, possesses excellent interpersonal communication skills, and enjoys contributing and learning in an environment and constant challenge. Has widely traveled for business and driven by passion for excellence in the professional front. Welcome on board, Mr. Nidish Saxena, sir. So before we start the show, would like to have few words from you. Over to you, sir.
Right. It's a real nice pleasure to be a part of this show today with you, Rachna. And I'm looking, it's going to be a good and exciting and enriching experience for me, and as well as the listeners who are participating in this event with us.
So anything, sir, you would like to add on before we start the show? Anything you would?
No, I think let's begin with and let's start
Okay. Okay, so when we talk about higher education, there is lot of you can say tension situation amongst the parents. What next? Like if you take my example, my son has also just appeared for his ISC 12 standard. Although he completed his board examination, few of them the exams are still on hold for few subjects. So
Right.
after 12, there is a lot of uncertainty in the new normal, you can say, that what is higher education and what is the purpose and how do we go about. So to start with, I would ask, what do you portray as higher education in India? What is the definition of higher education in India?
See, normally the school education is considered till class 12th, right? And the higher education starts from our undergrad for the graduation, post graduations, and further studies. And higher education normally happens in the universities and the colleges, right? So this is I'm coming from Amity University, Mumbai. Basically, we are also now very much worried about that how things are going to shape up in this coming future, because nobody really knows when this lockdown is going to be completely closed, right? Or rather, when this
Right.
completely done.
Okay. So, sir, my question to would be how the COVID-19 pandemic has affected higher education.
See, this current pandemic is not only seen affecting the health of the citizen in this country, but is also all the industries. Everybody has got shaken by this particular thing. You know, this national lockdown which has happened and the ascending health crisis is striking the education as well. As you have seen, a lot of students are in. There's a state of confusion about the class 12 results, class 12 completion, and even the undergraduation. The students who are graduating. So that is definitely it is affecting, and we are all worried what is going to be happening into the how am I going to be getting into my higher education. See, had it been if I'm in initial studies of my education, I can always skip, I can always take a drop. But after completion of class 12, people would not like to take a break in life. So definitely this is going to be affecting. But let me tell you one thing. When we got affected by this lockdown, which happened somewhere around 18, 19th of March, we all at the universities were in the middle of completing our syllabus. And
Right, sir.
and at that point of time, immediately, in fact, the education industry is one, I guess, which immediately moved on to online digital and completed the syllabus. At Amity, within a couple of days, we were on digital teaching platform and the classes were being taken online. So definitely this educational reform in India, in view of the COVID-19, is something as a live example of how need is truly the mother of invention, or rather reinvention in this case, right? Allowing educational institutions to adopt learning and infuse this virtual study culture. So pandemic is already steering us to the sector forward with technological innovations and advancements.
Right, sir. So, sir, my next question to you would be, what efforts have your organization, Amity University, taken to stop the spread of COVID-19 when you start functioning? I'm sure you all must be ready with your plans. So, what are the steps you all are aspiring for?
In fact, I always say is that the way we used to have this, we define the year as AD and BC. So now there is going to be a pre-COVID era and a post-COVID era, right?
Yeah.
So the new normal in the post-COVID era is going to be maintaining the social distance, taking care of the personal hygiene, and this is something which is going to be there now with us forever.
Right, sir. Yeah.
Ensure
There
that
cannot be a post-COVID. We have to stay with the COVID. We have to learn to stay with COVID.
there is going to be a post-COVID era. How things have changed, how things were different when it was a pre-COVID, right? And the
Right.
post-COVID is going to be completely different. So the new normal for us is going to be personal hygiene is something which is going to be very important. social distancing is going to be something which is going to be happening. In fact, I'm sure you would have seen nowadays when you even go to the market and you see somebody standing inside the shop, you wait. You actually wait for that person to come out so that you can go in. Earlier, we used to all just go inside and start,
Right.
looking. So now things have definitely changed. And even at the university level, we will have to ensure that the safety protocols are maintained. The classes, corridors, canteens, all these things are regularly clean. Hygienes are maintained out there. All these things really needs to have these things. And they even see, online cannot be the solution for everything. It has to, finally we'll have to go back to the colleges. And economy definitely is getting affected. And we are seeing because of the lockdown, and the lockdown cannot be a permanent thing. So things has to change. Even though when the institutions, they move from classes from physical classes to online classes, right? But now eventually we have to go back to our campuses. We have to go back to our classes, and then the campuses have to be ready for that post-lockdown phase. So safety concern, frequent sanitization of the places, lecture rooms, corridors, common areas needs to be done. And I'm sure all the institutions are going to ensure that classes are not going to be cramped. We have to enough, not very big number of students sitting in one class. So all those things needs to be taken care of.
Right, sir. Now at university level, how have you handled education learning in this crisis lockdown?
As I told you that
Yeah.
in Mumbai, we swiftly acted upon the changing situation, when this lockdown happened. In fact, we never knew how long this lockdown is going to happen. But as I said, immediately within a day or two, we were there online, and the entire syllabus was completed by 30th of April for all the students who are pursuing studies with us. So definitely.
So where your team was trained, sir, sorry to interrupt, but where your team members trained to take online training immediately?
Let me come again. I was not able to hear this.
I am asking, were your team members able to take the online sessions immediately as soon as the lockdown was announced?
I was saying within a day or two, we were able to start our classes. Initially, we started on Zoom, and then subsequently we all moved to Microsoft Teams. So the entire classes, in fact, on an average, the entire classes were being conducted online. That is on Microsoft Teams. And what we realized, it was almost close to 100% attendance during that time. All the students were
That's
part.
lovely. Yeah.
And definitely because you're not in the class, so obviously you won't be missing your friends. But still, when the online classes are happening, it has its own fun as well, right? So I'm sure students had enjoyed that month of April with the completely online classes, video calls, and all these things.
Yeah, because at the primary, middle level, and the higher secondary level, see, the schools were not at all prepared for this online classes, and even though not prepared, all of us jumped into it. How we can train the students, as you already mentioned, that it happened towards the end of the season, like 16 June lockdown was announced in Mumbai, and it was the time for final exam. So even though the education industry was not tech savvy, whatever ways they could do, they just passed in, preparing the sheets, audio, video, whatever was possible. And this 3 months period have really enhanced their skills, I must say. So my next question to you, yeah. Yes, sir.
Yeah, no, I was saying, we had an advantage in terms at Amity University. We had certain advantage because there are classes which are conducted online, right? There is an LMS which is there in place. So students were mentally prepared for this online things. And in fact, I'll tell you one thing. We had gone for an online admission process last year. Okay. So this was not because of the pandemic or anything like that, but we started our online admission process last year itself. So 2019 admission was a completely online admission process which we had handled. So this year, in fact, I can say we were ahead in terms of the curve for our even the admission process.
So that was my next question to you. Like as the schools are facing challenges for the admission for the next academic year, even though it is compulsory, like a third standard child would definitely go to a fourth standard and a fourth will go to fifth standard. Still, majority of the schools pan India are facing the challenges of admission. So what challenges are you facing? Any challenges? If yes, what? And if no, then please guide all the educators, because most of our viewers are educators here, and pan India educators are watching you on live on Facebook.
In fact, as I told you that Amity University has started the online admission process last year itself. Okay, so we had the process. It was a completely online. The entire application is online, so you can virtually sit in your drawing room and apply for the admission. For the students who are undergoing wants to take undergo admission in the graduation program, they all have to do is upload a 1-minute SOP, which we call as a statement of purpose, and their mark sheets and everything. And based on that, it gets evaluated by our faculties, and then the admission is given. For a post-graduate admission, it was based on Skype interviews which were being done. So this was done in 2019 itself. Okay, so it was much easier for us to continue the same process in 2020. Definitely, the admissions is going to get affected this year, because it's not that we will get the students promoting. Students have to apply and take admissions with us, right? So as of now, there's a confusion in terms of the results when the final exams will happen. So definitely, students are going to be waiting now for this particular thing, as in when the results will get declared, the admissions will be completed. So we are already started the admissions. Admissions are already going on, and we are hoping that definitely we will see that admissions will happen, because at the end of the day, people will not take a year drop because of this crisis.
Right, sir. So before I ask you a next question, next question is to all my attendees today. When we speak about higher education, what is one word that comes into your mind? You can drop it on the chat box till the time I ask my next question to Nidesh sir. So this question is for the viewers. When we talk about higher education, what one word so now my next question is, due to all these pandemic situations and lockdown, there is a phase of crisis, uncertainty, and see, we as adults, we do understand, but the youth, it is having an immediate impact on the youth's mind. And we have seen a lot of cases also in the recent past. So I think most of us are worried about the impact on the youth's mind. So can you just throw some light on it?
See, definitely the students who are graduating this year or who are completing their post-graduation definitely are getting affected by this, because the youth was expecting, the students who are graduating this year were expecting that they might start their, they'll step into the world of jobs, and they'll start their work. But unfortunately, things are not going as what they had planned for. One is that the universities have still not completed their final year examinations. You can promote the students who are in their year 1 or year 2, but what about the students who are in the final year, right? So whether it's the graduation or in the post-graduation, definitely students wants that they needs to be graduated. So we are still awaiting the government, what the call is going to be taken. But the job market definitely has got affected this year, right? Because economy has taken a hit. So government is trying its best to revive the economy and get it back onto the rail. But as we will see that there is going to be a crisis in terms of the job market. So the students who are passing out, my sincere advice to them is going to be take the advantage of this. Get enrolled with a course where you can improve your skills. Okay, the graduating students, they can actually go in for their PG. So 2 years or 3 years, depending on the kind of a course they want to go in for, they can actually enhance their education, enhance their skills. Okay, and 2 years, 3 years down the line, when they pass out, they are actually stepping into the time when the market is going to be much, much better. So normally, this is what I'm going to advise to these students: don't take a decide to go for a job, because one thing is that when you want to go for a job, you're going to compromise in terms of the salary and even in terms of the profile part of it. Wherein, if you go acquire a postgraduate degree or acquire some new certifications and skills, you are going in the market with added with lot more added to your profile, which will help you to get a better job, better profile, and a better salary.
Okay. So as you said about the job crisis and all, so we all know about US in this past 3 months, more than 20% of unemployment has happened in last 3 months. And last crisis, when US had their last crisis few years back, the drop down of job opportunities by 20%, it took approximately 1.5 years. But this pandemic, in just 3 months, the job percentage has gone down to more than 20%. And India being the population high, still I would say India has not been affected that much as far as US is concerned. But along with the job market, I just wanted to know the immediate impact on the youth's mindset. Because see, every the youth who is just entering into any kind of employment, like the person who has just appeared and completed his studies, a total break for this new uncertainty. How does it affect them?
See, in fact, let me tell you one thing. We need to learn from our this adverse situation right now. Okay, it's a situation which nobody had actually thought of. I'm sure even in December, January, when we were looking at this COVID unfolding in the other part of the world, we never thought that this is going to be affecting us also. We just used to look at the numbers. India, it's only 1, 2, 3, 4 numbers, right? And suddenly today we are, among the highest in the world, highest 3 or 4 countries across the world. So one was that yes, it is going to be affecting. So all the youth, they have to just think about that. This is something which is not going to be lasting forever. Okay, things are definitely going to be changing. Government has already started doing a lot of things to improve the economy part of it. So there will be a lot of support which will come in from the economy, from the government to revive the economy. And we are seeing the jobs are going to be coming up. If not immediately, but maybe 6 months down the line, 1 year down the line, things will improve. And that is where these people will just have to hold on. Okay, it's just a matter of 3 months, which has happened now, and maybe another 3-6 months. So that's all I'm saying is use this time to acquire some new skills, right? Improve your qualifications, improve some new skill sets, and improve your profile, so that once you take up a job, you are much better placed.
Excuse me, ma'am. May I add something?
So you can put it in the chat box right now, and once we are through with the session, then we will give you the chance to speak up, sir.
Okay, thank you.
Just put it in the chat box and we will take you up once we are done. Thank you, sir. Now, Nidhi, as rightly said, this is the right time to enhance and upgrade your skills, as you rightly said. But when it comes to parents, about distance learning, online learning, there is a lot of controversies in the parents' mind. Few they say yes, it does enhance. Few say it is not effective. So, does distance learning enhance the teaching and learning?
See, in fact, let me tell you one thing. The online learning was something which has been initiated in India for quite some time, but definitely it has not taken the shape that we were expecting. But this pandemic has transformed the century-old, chalk talk teaching model to one driven by technology. The disruption in the delivery of education is pushing even the policymakers now to figure out how to drive the engagement at a scale while ensuring inclusive e-learning solutions. India is a big country, so it's not so easy for us to move online completely because we have our own limitations in terms of the connectivity, right? Even we experience all kind of things. But if you look at in the last 3 months, everybody has moved on. Look at the kind of a webinars which has been happening now. Okay, so during this 3 months time when this pandemic is happening and we were under the lockdown, at least the education industry started conducting a lot of webinars and started teaching students, connecting with the students, connecting with the parents. So I don't see any reasons why people are now worried about the distance learning or an online learning. People have actually, very swiftly moved into this. Though they were forced to do it, but people have adapted to this style of learning.
So, sir, what you have replied, I totally agree that even if they were not trained, but very smoothly, maybe by default we just entered into online training.
Yeah.
But my question is, what about the places like 70% of India is still villages and all? So what about places where still the connectivity and network issues is a problem? If you talk about Kashmir and all, they still are working on 2Gs and they are not able to. So where we have weak network and online teaching cannot be done.
No, that is where I'm
What is
saying the government will have to come and play a bigger role of ensuring
right, sir.
digitization happens, the connectivity improves. And in fact, yes, we were facing that problem the students who wanted to apply from Jammu and Kashmir, because of 2G, they had a lot of issues out there. But yes,
Right.
eventually things will happen. Government is going to take note of it, and we will move to a much better conditions in terms of the connectivity part.
And what you say, like, since we all are going into this online digital teaching, shouldn't government provide with digital, as we have been hearing for quite some years, India digital banega. So shouldn't the government provide a computer or a laptop to each one of us? Because at this pandemic situation, see, if there is a family of four members, family, husband, wife, and 2 kids, okay, and they were working on one laptop just because the kids were doing their work in school, just the project work they have to do. So shouldn't government go for making their dream digital India?
Now, this is where industry should come forward, right? This is where the industry has to come in. We should not expect every time the government.
Yes,
should expect
but at least,
everything.
yeah, at least something from the government when they are saying digital India. तो अभी government को भी chance मिला है पूरा digital India करने का, which is what we can say.
This is a much better condition now. And things
jokes apart, yeah, because थोड़ा बहुत jokes भी होना चाहिए इसमें. Yes, government is trying their level best, no doubt about it. But there are certain things. If not the computer, laptop, or an iPad, at least the government can provide free internet and free electricity to each one of us. Because see, teachers, we are here 24/7 teaching online. So at least free internet could be done from the government side.
I think the internet is one of the cheapest in India as compared to the other countries. Right.
So you and me, we don't have any problem. So you and me don't have any problem. But from morning till evening, I am connected with Pan India educators, and they actually, within 1 hour of the session, they have to disconnect. Madam, क्या करें? हमारा GB खत्म हो गया. 1 GB phone पे रहता है. So if
Hello.
Okay, sir.
I guess
Is
now
anything else you would like to share with us, sir? More insights,
you're
please.
back, you're still not there.
She's trying to connect from her side, but the signal is very bad.
Yeah. So anyway, so in fact, if anybody else wants to ask anything, I think let's look at this. In the universities and the colleges, we will see a combination of an online and classroom teaching, which is going to be essential.
Yeah, Mr.
Yes, Dr. Trivedi.
Hello, sir. Really, it's a really nice interaction and nice way you have explained everything. I agree with you, sir, but in case of the village area, especially the outskirt area, in which the children as well as the teachers and as well as the parents are facing a lot of problems. But still, I think we should utilize this opportunity to go forward, and we should definitely utilize this time as a opportunity and make our self more skillful, which can helpful for all of us. Thank you.
Right, sir. I agree 100% with you, sir. In fact, if you look at even in the the cities and all this thing where the connectivity was much better, it was not that the education industry has actually moved online, right? We were still continuing with our age-old chalk and board kind of a thing, but now because of this pandemic, we were forced to do it, and I'm sure even the villages and the rural sector, the upcountry will also see this transition which is going to happen.
Right, sir. Right, sir.
Okay, sir.
Dr. Saxena, sir, really, I'd like to have your mobile number. If you can.
Yeah, you can, please, sir.
I'll interact with you for that.
Sir, now I'm back.
So I was saying.
Yeah, as I spoke about internet, I don't know whether it was done purposely or by default.
Internet didn't like that you were expecting something free.
Nothing comes free. That is what the service provides. See, I did not want it for free. I just mentioned this because most of the parents, they are wanting the services of all the educators pan India free. The educators are working 24/7 and they are not willing to pay the fees. So that is why I just twisted my concern and spoke about the internet services. That we don't get even internet services free. So how can we get the services of the educators free? Okay. So now, sir, my next question to you will be: what are the different courses you offered, and how many students are there? And how will you adopt social distancing with the huge numbers which Amity University has?
In fact, Amity University Mumbai has more than 120 courses and in UG, PG, and PhD level. Right, we have got 17 different schools that are offering. We have schools like management, fashion, interior designing. We have our own psychology programs. Okay, so we are offering across. We have a travel tourism course. So these, the courses are in UG, PG, and PhD level. And we have got around 4,000 students who are studying at the Amity University Mumbai. As far as you are saying, it's a pretty big campus here. It's almost around spread in 35 acres of the land, and
it's beautiful, sir. I must say, it's beautiful.
In fact, right now, if you go and visit, it's going to be something as if you have come down to the hill station, because we have on all the sides we have got this hilly, and this is beautiful, all lush green. So it's something which is really far from the Mumbai city. Okay, what you normally see in the Mumbai city, you will not see any of those things. Anybody who walks into that place falls in love with that place. It's a pretty big campus. So for us, maintaining social distance is something which is not going to be much of a problem. And as I said, safety first protocols is something which we are going to be adhering to. So there is, the moment you enter the campus, there is a thermal screening which happens, a regular sanitization of the visitors who are coming in, even now, which is there. And once the classes starts and everything, we are going to ensure that the cleanliness is maintained in the classrooms, common areas, corridors. Regular sanitization at regular intervals happens, right? And we will ensure that it will not be cramped like other colleges in Mumbai, right? It will not be such a so cramped kind of a thing. In fact, we have got a doctor on the campus. So all kind of things are provided there. In fact, there is a hostel for boys and girls at the campus itself. Okay, almost around 2,000 plus vacancy seats in the hostel out there. So all those things has been already taken care of. When we built it was not.
That's really good. Okay, that was great, sir, to hear from you. Now I would ask, see, sir, I am done with my set of questions, whatever we wanted to know. I would like to ask my viewers, if you have any question, you can just put in the chat box so that we can tell you to unmute yourself and speak to sir. Somebody wanted to speak earlier also. Anybody has any questions? You can unmute yourself. Dr. Raghavendra, would you like to talk to sir?
Already, ma'am, thank you very much. I have already discussed with him because during that time I think you were disconnected. I'm sorry.
Yeah. Okay.
So I
Okay.
utilized that opportunity to interact with him.
Oh,
Nicely, you have asked very nice questions and really he has given a wonderful answer. Wonderful session for the grant event. I learned a lot of things from him. This is the first time I'm entering this talk. I suddenly saw that message. I thought I should
Oh.
also join.
so how did you come to know about us? You are from, sir? Dr. Raghavendra, you are from?
I am basically from the Dalmia Vidya Mandir, Rajganjpur, Odisha.
Okay,
Oh,
that's nice.
Yeah.
so
Sir.
sir, how did you come to know about us?
Actually, I am in many organizations with many groups. I am there. Actually, I am also in education field.
Okay.
As a principal, I am working since last 12 years. So definitely, I have worked with the DPS. I have worked with the Birla Group, and then coming to Dalmia Group, I have worked
Oh.
with Reliance also. So good organization given me opportunity to learn and know many people, many organizations. So just we are learning something. Like you people are conducting organization. So you are just adding somebody are adding me. So I am just getting the opportunity, utilizing the time.
Thank you thank you so much, sir. Nidhi sir, I would like to add on that today educators span India from North India, South, East and West India are there connected with us on Zoom and 5,000 viewers on Facebook. So now since Raghavendra sir has already asked his query, I would like if any of our guests, I can see many of them, if any of you would want to ask or say something to Nidhi Saxena sir, please unmute yourself. You can unmute yourself and talk directly to sir.
Today, fortunately,
Somebody was saying something, I think. Okay. Anandi ma'am, would you like to say something?
one thing I would like to add, ma'am.
Yes, sir.
Doctor.
Yes, today only one session was there, of mine session was there on this higher education, transforming the education in India on this education field. So it was conducted by the Sambhunath College of Engineering, University, Shahidol MP. I was the speaker there.
Okay.
So it is quite relevant, so that I was connected here. Thank you.
That's lovely. Sir, I think Nidhisha, I think most of them are done because there is no question in the chat box as well.
No
So
problem.
I would, sorry?
No problems.
Yeah. So you were so precise with what you are doing, what measures to be taken and everything where you were so precise that today our audience doesn't have many questions. So I would like to take this opportunity to thank you, sir, by agreeing to come to my platform, and you prove that we all are together, whether it be primary education or higher education, the whole education industry stands united in securing our children's bright future. So you have shared such in-depth insights with us. I'm sure all the people attending today are going to find it very useful. Thank you once again for being here. And tomorrow, let me tell you, we have heard so many cases during this pandemic, the mental health issues, mental illness. So tomorrow we have a mental health expert with us who will be talking about mental health. Tomorrow the timings are changed. We will be doing at 4 p.m. at Rapid Talks with Rachna. Till then, namaste, stay safe, and even if it is unlocked down. Till now,
Thank
3
you.
months we
Thank you,
were
Rachna.
talking about lockdown, but now it is unlocked down. Still, be safe, be home, and do not step out of the house until and unless it is urgent. So, signing off for today. See you all tomorrow. at 4 p.m. sharp. Thank you to all my guests for being with us today, and thank you so
Thank
much
you.
for Nidhi sir for being with us and sharing your knowledge.
Thank
Till
you.
then,
Thank you.
namaste.
Thank you, Rachna. Thank you very much. Very nice connection. Thank you.
Thank you,
Thank
ma'am.
you, sir. Yeah.
Thank you, Sakina sir. Thank you. Namaste.
Sir.